right? The question, very, very important that we ask, is that we call this part, this thing. We see three little pigs. We see green here. What do we call it that? What do we call that? A picture, right? And there's a very, very fancy word that is in our books that we're learning, right? And we call it the graphics, right? The graphics. So the graphics is always showing, sometimes in the cover, right? Okay. So are you ready to listen to the story? Yes. In the story, sometimes we have problems. There you go. And in a story, we also sometimes we have solution to those problems. Good job. And in a story, we also have, what do we have? And we have people listening to questions, right? And what do we have? Answers, yes. And in the stories, we also have characters, right? Yes. And in the story, we also have setting, right? Yes. Okay. All of those things, all those details. Are you ready? Yes. Here we go now. The three little pigs. The three little pigs. Once upon a time, there were three little pigs who lived with their mother in a wee little house. It was crowded. They're like here right now, right? A little crowded. But cozy too. One day, Mother Pig said to the three little pigs, "It's time to go into the world to seek your fortune and build homes of your own." As she waved goodbye, she said, "Remember, beware of the big, bad wolf." Humming and singing, the three little pigs started off down the road. The big, bad wolf was watching from the hill. He smiled and licked his chops. That's interesting, right? Why do you think he did that? Why? Oh, yes, because he's thinking, I'm going to eat those three little pigs, right? Okay, let's see if that happens. The three little pigs soon met a man with a load of straw. "Good morning, sir," said the first little pig. "May I have some straw to build me a house?" "Help yourself, little pig," said the man. "I have good enough to share." Now, a house made of straw is not very strong, don't you think? Well, and it doesn't take very long to build. But that was okay with the first little pig, because he would rather sing and play than work hard all day long. So he decided to do what? He decided to do what? Sing and play. Instead of build a house, right? Humming and singing, the first little pig built himself a lovely little house of straw. And the big bad wolf watched from the hill. He smiled and licked his chops. The second little pig met a man with a load of sticks. "Good morning, sir," he said. "May I have some sticks to build me a house?" "Help yourself, little pig," said the man. "I have enough to share." So he's going to build himself a house made of what? Sticks. Now, a house made of sticks is not a very strong house. You said it right. And it doesn't take very long to build either. But that was okay with the second little pig, because he will much rather sing and play then work hard all day. Humming and singing, the second little pig built himself a lovely little house of sticks. The big bad wolf watched from the hill. He smiled and licked his chops. Why is he still watching and licking his chops? Why? He's still thinking of eating those little pigs, right? Yeah, you're right. Thank you. Now the third little pig met a man with a load of bricks. Good morning, sir. May I have some bricks to build me a house? Help yourself, little pig, said the man. I have enough to share. Now building a strong house of bricks is a lot of hard work, don't you think? Even though the third little pig liked to sing and play too, he was not afraid of a little hard work each day. So humming and singing, the third little pig built himself a stout and lovely little house of bricks. The big bad wolf watched from the hill. He smiled and licked his chops. But then, guess what happened? One day, the big bad wolf was hungry. He knocked on the first little pig's door and said in his friendliest voice, little pig, let me come in. Not by the hair on my chinny chin chin will I let you come in. Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I blow your house in. So he puffed and he puffed and he blew the house in. The little pig ran with all his might to his brother's house of sticks. They slammed the door and locked it tight. The big bad wolf was very hungry. He knocked on the second little pig's door and said, little pig, let me come in. Not by the hair on my chinny chin chin will I let you come in. Then I'll puff and I'll puff and I blow your house in. So he puffed and he puffed and he huffed and he puffed and he blew his house in. The little pigs ran with all their might to their brother's house of bricks. They slammed the door and locked it tight. The big bad wolf was very, very hungry. So he knocked on the third little pig's door and said, little pig, let me come in. Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin would I let you come in. Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I blow your house in. So he huffed and he puffed and he huffed and he puffed and he huffed and he puffed and he could not blow the house. He was out of air. Now the big bad wolf was very, very hungry by now. And he was angry too. I'll show you, he said. Oh, and he growled. I climb on your roof and I slide onto the chimney. But the smart little pig was ready for him. He had a big surprise for the wolf. He had a big pot of water boiling on the fire. He took up the lid and the wolf fell in with a big splash. It knocked his nose in his toes, in his tail too. Ah! The wolf howled as he hopped out of the pot. And he ran out of the door and all the way to his house on the hill. Now the wolf is still hungry, but not so big and bad. still humming and humming. You like it? How many pigs were here? Three. What kind of house did the first one build? What kind of house did the second one build? You. Yes. The second one. Straw. And what kind did the third one build? Bricks. Which one was the strongest?
The bricks.
Bricks. Yes. Thank you. You guys are brilliant. Wait. There's one more.
Okay, one of the things that we're doing, aside from when we ask questions, and I'm not going to ask questions as we read this book, she did that, but one of the other skills that they have us doing is comparing and contrasting. So she just read the story of the three little pigs. So we got the story from the pig's point of view. Now, we have not read this story to the children yet, and they may have heard that one, but they have not heard this one. And you may not be familiar with this one either. So this is the true story of the three little pigs, and it's told by a wolf.
Let's see which one you like
What
best.
we would do after we read this, after we read this as a class, we would then compare the two stories. How are they similar? How are they different? And so those are the kind of questions that we would be asking the students after we read this story. So we would do a whole chart on the three little pigs, and then a whole chart on this one, and then we would go ahead and compare the things that they have that are same and things that are different. So, the true story of the three little pigs by A. Wolf. This is one of my favorites. The true story of the three little pigs. Everybody knows the story of the three little pigs, or at least they think they do. But I'll let you in on a little secret. Nobody knows the real story, because nobody has ever heard my side of the story. Who am I? I am Alexander T. Wolf. You can call me Al. I don't know how this whole big bad thing got started, but it's all wrong. Maybe it's because of our diet. Hey, it's not my fault that wolves eat cute little animals like bunnies and sheep and pigs. Hey, that's just the way we are. If cheeseburgers were cute, folks would probably think you were big and bad too. And we'd have them look very carefully at the picture, and if you look at the burger that he's eating, you can see little ears sticking out and all the cute little bunnies and all that stuff. But this is just, he's not being big and bad. This is just what he eats. But like I was saying, this whole big bad thing, it's all wrong. This story is really about a sneeze and a cup of sugar. That's it. This is the real story. Way back, once upon a time, I was making a birthday cake for my dear old granny. I had a terrible, terrible cold, and I was out of sugar. Now look at the things that he's putting into his mixing bowl. Raise your hand if you can tell me if you see something in that mixing bowl that we would never put in a cake. What is something that we would not put in a cake? A bunny. That's right. There's a bunny right there. I don't think we would put a bunny. You see something else we would not put in? Blueberries? We might put some blueberries in a cake. That would be good. What? Do you see something? Right here. Yes, you. Right here. Do you see something? I think that's the butter. So far he's got butter and sugar and flour. Are those things that we would put into a cake?
Yeah.
Yes. He's got eggs, but would we put a bunny in there? No. What? Dirt? Maybe you're right. That could be dirt, not brown sugar. So anyway, remember I had this big bad cold and I had this sneeze. And I was out of sugar. So I walked down the street to ask my neighbor for a cup of sugar. Now, my neighbor just happened to be a pig. At least, and he wasn't too bright either. He was not a smart little pig. He had built his house of straw. Can you believe it? I mean, who in his right mind would build himself a house of straw? Come on. right in. I mean, I didn't even have to push, it just fell. And I don't want to just walk into somebody's house because that's rude. So I called out, little pig, are you home? No answer. I was just going to go home without my cup of sugar for my dear old Brady's birthday cake when my nose, it started to twitch and to itch, and I felt this great big sneeze coming on. So I huffed and I snuffled and oh, what happened, guys? Achoo! And look what happened. I sneezed a great sneeze.
Metro West family, we are getting ready to go ahead and close out our first session.
And you know what? That darn straw house fell right down, and right in the middle was the first little pig, dead as a doornail. He had been there the whole time and just would not answer the door. How rude. Well, it seemed a shame to leave a perfectly good dinner lying right there in the straw. So what did I do? I ate it. Think of it as a big cheeseburger. It was just laying there. I had to eat it. I'm going to read fast. I was feeling a little bit better, but I still didn't have my cup of sugar. So I went to my next neighbor's house. Now this neighbor was the first little pig's brother. And he was a little bit smarter, but not much. He had made his house out of sticks. I rang the bell. Ding dong. Nobody answered. So I called, Mr. Pig, are you in? He yelled back, go away, you can't come in. I'm shaving the hair on my chinny chin chin. I had just grabbed the doorknob when I felt another sneeze coming on. So I huffed, and I snuffed, and I tried to cover my mouth, but a great big sneeze came, and I went, achoo! And you're not going to believe it, but that house, it fell right down too, and there was the second little pig dead, just like his brother. And even though I was kind of full, I really was still kind of hungry, so I just had seconds. I mean, come on, who else wouldn't have seconds? If there was a electrode in front of me, I'd have seconds. You know that food will spoil now, so I couldn't just leave it there. I had to take it, and I had to eat it, and I had to walk on it. And I had to walk because I was getting full. But I was still thinking, hang on, he was getting full, but his cold was feeling a little bit better, but he still had no sugar. So he went to the third little pig's house, and his house was made out of bricks. I knocked on the brick house.
You? Me too. Oh, that's wonderful. It's fun there. And my favorite Yeah, Melody. Yeah. She's smart, so you get to go at the same time to visit my father. I mean, they're very scary and very big ones, but you know, I think they're really harmless if you think about it. We're in their world, they're in my world. They can be. That's why you have to be careful. My mom left you and mommy and yours too. I think you have our friend upstairs. Well, I think I'll answer a few more than I think I let our friends do. You share their story with me as well. Yeah. What are we doing? Sit right there. You did? So how old are you now? Oh my goodness.
Thank you. Are we allowed to sit here?
I gave you a mama. I do actually. And you know I can always return to see anytime I want. My father is not too. So sometimes he'll swim up on that. Why can't you see? No. Why can't you see? Why can't you see flounder? Oh, well, you wouldn't be so well.
kind of waiting for us, since we're like on a special mission to visit you guys with the genie. Did you find the story?
I found it.
Awesome.
It's called
Lying around as well. Actually, he's on a special mission. He's actually trying to see how many times he can actually go around the entire world in a minute.
Oh my God.
I know. Totally crazy, right?
Excuse me. I have to Are you guys ready for the story? Alright, this is called the Desert Race. Jasmine and Aladdin were strolling across the palace grounds one evening when the Sultan ran out onto the balcony. Drat! The Sultan cried. Oh, drat, drat, drat. That dreaded desert race. Jasmine was surprised. She said her father loved the desert race. Every year, the best riders from Agrabah competed against those neighboring kingdoms in Agrabah. The fastest horse and rider were awarded the prize gold palm trophy.
What's the matter, Father? Jasmine asked. The Sultan shook his head sadly. I just heard that Prince Faiz will be riding for Zagreba again. His horse is so fast, he's won the race the last 3 years in a row. I have an idea, Father, Jasmine said eagerly. I could ride Midnight in the desert race this year. He's the fastest horse in Agrabah. Oh dear me, no. The Sultan looked shocked at the very suggestion. The desert race can be dangerous. I won't have my daughter risking her neck like that. How about if I ride Midnight in the race? Aladdin spoke up. The Sultan's face brightened immediately. What a splendid idea, he cried. You'll have such fun, my boy. There is Jasmine, and there is Midnight.
Thank you. The next day, Aladdin and Jasmine went to the stables. As soon as Aladdin was on Midnight, the horse threw him. Nobody but Jasmine has ever ridden him. Let me help, said the princess. Midnight gave him no trouble as usual. The horse was ready to go. Aladdin swung onto Midnight's back, and the horse still didn't want to cooperate. He kicked up his heels and sent Aladdin flying.
Aladdin brushed himself off. Here, let me try, Jasmine said. She easily climbed into the saddle. Midnight happily carried her around the stable yard, doing everything she asked. Sorry, Jasmine told Aladdin. I guess Midnight is a one-person horse. Now, who'd be supposed to win the trophy now? The Sultan asked. Let me ride in the race, Father, Jasmine urged. The Sultan didn't seem to hear her. Perhaps we can find Aladdin another fast horse? He didn't look hopeful, though. Don't worry, Aladdin said. I'll think of something. There is Midnight throwing me off, and there's a ghost.
The day of the race arrived. The rider from Agrabah traded into Agrabah. Faiz was in on his impressive white stallion, the show warrior. I don't know why he bothered to make a golden palm trophy, Faiz announced watching. We'll have to carry it back to Zagreba later. Fans from both kingdoms gathered to watch the race. Soon the riders took their places at the starting line. The Sultan looked at Aladdin. What an awesome horse that boy is riding. I've never seen him before. But he didn't have time to worry about that. Now where is Jasmine? It's time to start the race. It's right here.
We can't wait any longer, I suppose. The Sultan raised a flag to signal the start of the race. 1, 2, 3, and they're off. The riders galloped into the desert. A black horse with a mysterious veiled rider took the lead right away. As soon as they were out of the view of the palace, the rider threw up the veil. It was Jasmine. I do hate going against Father's wishes, she whispered to Midnight. But I just had to prove that you were the fastest. Aladdin was curious about the rider on the black horse. Jasmine, he gasped when he saw her. And there is Jasmine, riding Midnight. With me on my very
horse.
Just then, this correspondent pool and hiding water of the oasis. Now that's more like it, exclaimed the horse. Except the horse was actually a genie. He jumped into the water and turned into a seahorse. Hey, this wasn't part of the plan.
Anywhere.
What? Because I have an eye. The iPad covers it up if you don't have it. And I have both of them, so it's in case. Yeah. If I lose it, I can go. Gets in a fight. I can. If I lose the eye, I can cover it. With gentle. You own the iPad? Good, it sticks on. Is everyone here? Everybody? What? It's okay, we'll have some outline. We're gonna need a bigger boat. So okay. We can go. Okay. So we were. This is Mr. McGee. Okay. We were told. All three of us. Oh, hey. He's here. We were told you guys were going to be putting on a performance for us, involving high-skilled acrobatics. Yeah, and you were doing. Did you have like a hand balancing act or something? I'm just kidding. We're here. We're gonna read you a story. If you guys are okay with that? Yeah. You guys gotta go in front. Come on, let's go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna back up just a little bit. Do we have stars? We got room. You guys stay there. You guys stay there. You guys stay there. Yeah, we're rolling. We're rolling back. You guys stay there. We're coming to you. We're coming to you. Okay. Who here likes pirates? Okay. None of you guys? None of you guys back. He does. Yeah, there he is. Okay. Cool. All right, awesome, cool. We're gonna get right into the story here. This one's called No Pirates Allowed, which is ironic because we were allowed to be here today. Okay. So, were you in the last group? Okay. That's right, no pirates allowed. At Sea Breezy Library.
All silent while Andre reads from the great piracy book.
Is there something you want to talk about?
Nope. That's it.
All right.
Just wanted to make sure.
Okay. At Sea Breezy Library. Things were just right. Book lovers were cozy. The sky was blue bright. When Shiver Me Timbers through Sea Breezy's door stormed Big Pirate Pete and his pairs Igor. What be the treasure? X marks the spot. We'll dig it up, the loot, steal all they've got. Squawk! Igor squawked as Pete muttered, Arg! Then Big Pete let loose with a scary Thar! Lar! Huh? Okay.
Convincing.
Big Pirate Pete is my Dang. Chills round down spines as those readers all shook. They hid behind bookshelves, but ventured a look. And what was the odor? Disgusting. Phew! But no one at Seabreezy knew what to do, except Library Lou, who dashed over to see what all the unruly commotion could be. May I help you? Lou asked with a pinch of a frown. This is a library. Shh. 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 I was really good at that, but you didn't know what I was talking about. Quiet down. That's them shaking. We've all been there, right? No. Bringing back memories. That's why I became a player. Arg! 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 Arg!
Very important skills.
So for the next 20 minutes, that's all we're doing. Big Pete thundered. Don't waste me day. Walk the plank, saucy lass, or show me the way. And Seabreezy, then you could hear a pin drop. Pin drop. All that tough, rough and talk and squawk stop for Library Lou looked Pete right in the eye as Pete stood his ground with a snarl. Oh my. Minute by minute. Their tempers both flared. As they stood head to head, doggily dared. That's what we were doing. That's what we were doing, guys. You guys can see in the back. Unless you be quiet and listen up too.
No pirates allowed!
You sure you don't want to talk about it? No. Said Library Lou. Squawk! Squawk! Igor squawked with a blow me down glare. Then Library Lou boldly added, so there! Arg! Hits every time.
He got me because he has a tattoo of love.
I guess so. Can't argue with the facts.
Now, where there is a treasure map. Where's the treasure map, Lou asked. Ah, yes. The treasure is here, she said, just as I guessed. I'll help you find it, but first I must ask of you and your matey a wee smallish task. Go home, take a bath. That's mainly for you. Yeah.
When was that time?
I stink.
The last time was, when was my birthday?
Change your underwear too, then come back tomorrow, said Library Lou. Arg! Arg! Late landlubber telling Big Pete what to do. What she said, thar be a treasure. Sink me, 'tis true. If this was 4D, you could smell how and you could smell it. He smells? What's new on? He smells fat.
Is he a pirate?
Yes, yeah.
Why is he not out?
What?
Why is he not out?
Well, he's...
Say no pirates allowed.
That's...
We're getting there.
We're getting there. Yeah, we're gonna get there. So, that night Pete scrubbed 13 layers of dirt and decided to put on clean underwear. It couldn't hurt. Squawking Igor got a good scrubbing too. Swish through the seas sailed their funky PU. This guy, let me tell you.
A little bit.
He does. Then later they dreamed of a treasure or two. That's Big Pete.
He's taking a bath. He's scrubbing the layers of dirt.
I know. Yeah, that's Pete. That's Pete. No, that is not Pete.
That's not Pete?
Not Pete.
Pete.
It says mom. It says mom. But now it says wow. Yeah. Moving along. Squawk. The next day they burst through the library door with a fresh, soapy scent, but as loud as before. Mateys, your manners, said Library Lou. Now come follow me. We have much work to do. Aye!
You guys are up here?
That much. Okay. Big Pete grabbed his picks and his axe and a shovel, but Library Lou said, don't go to the trouble. But Lassie, the loot! Lou said, not yet. Look how good he looks, Sal. Going for a job interview. Going for a job interview. Yeah. First, say ahoy to these letters. This fine alphabet. Letters, Pete Scout? There more be an X. Lou spread them all out. Big Pete looked perplexed. Blimey, cried Big Pete. A code of old, a secret one. Aye, to find the street roll.